Welcome to a very special edition of Village in Motion. It is Monday, Memorial Day, May 25th, 2020, and I'm thrilled to be your host, Diane Gatsis Havinga, and we're going to share with you a video we first played on July 4th of 2016. It's called Vets Row, and the mask that you see is in honor of my father, who appears in this video. It's the first Memorial Day that I'll be without my dad, who recently passed. So in honor, if you give me at least a little leeway to honor my father and all the other men and women who served in our wars, you're going to watch some incredible men and women talk about their experiences from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. So let's see Vets Row. Can't believe it, Green Spring. It is July 4th, a Monday, 2016, and I am just psyched to be your host today, Diane Gatsis Havinga. It is just wonderful to be able to share our 240th birthday with you, and we have quite a show today. About a month ago in May, I was proud and privileged to be part of an extraordinary event. The event was called Vets Row 2016. And in the feature you're going to see, you'll learn more about it. But basically, it's like the honor flights. The honor flights take World War II veterans. They fly them here in Washington, D.C. for one day so that they could go see their memorial, the World War II memorial, and then they fly them back. Well, Vets Row, similar, except they do it by bus. And this year's Vets Row was their 7th. It featured 200 veterans from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, plus 100 support people who helped them as aides and drivers and logistics people. They all traveled from Wisconsin, 10 buses, through Ohio and Pennsylvania down to Washington, D.C. And I was able to meet them at the World War II Memorial on May 24th of this year, where they allowed me to videotape them. Now, one of the reasons why I was able to do this was because my father, John Gatsis, participated in this event. And I have to tell you, I think he's still beaming about the experience. So please, take the time right now on your very busy 4th of July, and let's follow these 200 veterans.
Diane here. We're cousins.
My name's Mark Finnegan. We're co-founder of the Vets Row program, and we founded this. My brother John and my wife Darlene founded us in honor of our father Cy, who was a World War II Navy vet, and immensely proud of his service to the country. And he passed away after a brutal battle with cancer back in January 2000. And we always wanted to think of something special to do in his memory, and that's kind of what we came up with. Also, our mother, Barb, who's still living, she's a Rosie the Riveter, and we honor the ladies of World War II as well. And we came up with the idea mainly because we had heard about the honor flights and what a wonderful program they have nationwide. We know Earl Morris and Jeff Miller. And we got looking at that, and we're in the RV industry. And so what we did that first year in 2010 is we did it with a convoy of 9 RVs and 3 buses. And we thought we were done, and by the time we got back to Wisconsin, people were calling, signing up for the next trip, and we hadn't even thought about it. And so then we went ahead with Vets Row 2. Today is Vets Row 7. It's our 1,325th veteran, including our beloved guest here, Mr. Gatsis. And, you know, and it's amazing how it's grown. I think we've had people from 33 different states now come in Wisconsin to go on a trip. So, based out of Beloit, Wisconsin. But they come from everywhere. And it's great when the family can come out and celebrate it with them. You gotta, your daughter, his granddaughter, you gotta just really appreciate the great fortune you have right now to be able to connect and still share those stories, and I hope you've recorded them, because I never did it with my dad. When I was growing up, they were all World War II vets, and you know, now they're getting few and far between. So make sure you keep that history alive.
And that's clapping for me.
Illinois. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Really do. Thank you.
Enjoy your visit. Thank you for your service. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your service. Welcome. Just in case the Shore Patrol or the MP is looking for someone, those name tags become an opportunity.
I'm Vince. How you doing? John, we're watching John all day. We're taking care of him. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you for your service. Welcome.
On the trip, we have 200 veterans, and we have 100 support people. There are 10 buses, and I think that we are 32 bus. And we started off at Beloit. We left early in the morning. We had the town population was aligned by the streets. They were waving flags as we were leaving. We had an escort of police cars to take us to the highway, and they escorted us quite a few miles before we started on the road. As we were in all different places, we would have escorts. We would stop and have lunch at places. In one town in Pennsylvania, the whole town was out there. They closed the schools so the kids could come out and wave flags at us as we were getting off. The help, the support group has been great, and they treated us
We left out of Beloit, Wisconsin, and my dad is a ex-POW from the Korean War, and I'm accompanying my dad on this trip.
How's it been so far?
Oh, I think everybody's really appreciated it. They really enjoy the fact that they're being treated like kings and queens, and I don't think they could be any prouder of our nation right now when they see the kids on the side of the roads waving flags, the police stopping for us, fire engines on the bridges waving, and it really makes you can see the emotions on their faces. It's really a great experience for all of them, I'm sure. They all love it. I've really enjoyed seeing the patriotism that I'm seeing, because often we don't see that every day. And it's nice to see that and see the expressions on the young troops that we see and meet. We've met them at Arlington. And they actually went up and shook hands with a lot of the vets, and they got a chance to talk to them. And I think it was good for both sides, young and old.
guys are pretty lucky.
We think so.
I've been enjoying my time with John. Waiting on Greek all the time, right?
Yep.
Hand and foot. I tell you what, that guy. Did you jerk it out in his tail yet, or what?
I think it's very, very rewarding, very good. They're just unbelievable. I'm especially impressed with all of the turnout of the kids and stuff. And everything.
Oh, I'm Sonny Swampster from Stoughton, Wisconsin. We both were classmates, and we were fortunate enough to be able to come on this trip. Really something. I mean, I had no idea what we're getting into, but boy, it's really been fun. And to see all the support along the way, people over on the overpasses, on the streets, kids, it's just simply amazing. I couldn't ever imagine anything like this. But so far, it's been a whole lot of fun, and we got a whole day to get some more of it. So we're really enjoying ourselves down here.
Okay, we got you, Richard. We're good.
Hi, my name is George Carestas, and I'm a National Park Service volunteer. It's been my honor to be here at the World War II Memorial to help greet and honor the greatest generations over the last 10 years, and it's certainly been my honor to have some part to play in bringing Vets Roll here to the different memorials in Washington and honor them for their service. We can't see our buddy President Lincoln. When you had your class photo and you turned around and walked this way, you saw the Lincoln Memorial. But in this very special spot, we don't share that view. In this spot, we're going to honor those who gave up their tomorrows for our todays. And when you're 18 to 21, we all know the answer to that question. You have lots and lots of tomorrows. And so you all are from so many different states, it's impossible to talk about one single state. But did everyone find their state column? Yes. Yeah. Does everyone know why their state is where it is? You think of the water behind you as a banquet table. Guest of honor, those who died fighting for our freedom. Then in a military gathering, the next most important position is to the right. And to the right is Delaware, our first state. Pennsylvania, number 2. Georgia, number 3. They alternate. New Mexico, 47. Arizona, back there, 48. And as my British friends say, full stop. Because in 1941, 1945, that was it. So in here, 48 states, 7 territories. The Philippines earned their independence July 4th, 1946, outside the World War II time frame. And I know you guys are really smart, but the next time you're at a gathering and there's a speaker's table and there's an American flag, the American flag will always be to the right. Forget the audience, it's to the right. And so in that same honor, we turn to Delaware, our first state. So a very formal gathering to the right. So we thank all the Guardians for bringing everyone. I know you enjoy it, but I know it's not an easy task. We certainly thank the veterans for all your service.
And when we started Vets Roll, what we had wanted to do was to video you fellas, because what we got thinking about is I have no idea what my great-great-great-grandparents looked like or what they sounded like. We didn't know their stories of the Revolutionary War or the Civil War or anything like that. And now we have the technology that your story can be passed on electronically for 150 years. And now all of a sudden they can see that handsome face and your smile and your sense of humor. That's why you can't take it to the grave with you. You've got to share it, because there's people that are denying things ever happened. And that's why you got to share it, John.
When I graduated high school, I took a test for aviation cadets, and I became a navigator. And I was flying B-24.
B-24 is round.
And the reason why most veterans don't like to talk about the war, my main objective was to do as much damage as I could so I could end the war and come home.
Understood, and you guys did.
That's the main reason I went there. And what I learned is that war is hell.
Yes, sir.
And that people become animals. And there's no reason why people have to fight each other like that.
You know, What you're saying, and you know what's neat is we got, you know, we might have a guy from California here that can share that same story, and all of a sudden people start to understand it and they keep the history alive, so maybe it won't ever repeat itself again, you know?
Most of the time when the veterans get together, they'll talk about
Sure.
it, but they don't.
It's a brotherhood.
They don't share it with the rest of the people.
Yeah. And that, you know, we've seen that so much in the honor place too, because it's kind of at that point in the life, you don't take it to the grave with you, you know, and if, like I say, if your granddaughter doesn't know these stories, nobody's going to know them. And then you get ill-doers out there that are going to just keep denying things. And that's why, I mean, you know, my dad was from your generation, and we never sat down and talked. And I'm to this day, I'm kicking myself because I didn't talk.
I have one more. You need another one?
I wish I would have talked to him. I just wish I would have talked to him. And that's why you could, you know. It's so important, John. God bless you.
When we were training for B-29s in Tucson, Arizona, at the air base, the mess kitchen was operating 24 hours a day because people were flying at different times. So whenever we went out, we'd come back, go to the dining room, and we'd have eggs over easy.
$1970 would be down at that end.
Okay, thank you.
And there's if you're looking for a name, she has a book.
How do they put the names up?
They put the names up from alphabetically, date of casualty from 1959 to 1975. And Maya Lin set it up so it goes out to 1968, and it comes back to 68 and comes back down to the vertex.
Well, where does it start?
It starts right at the vertex of the wall.
And it goes both ways.
Both ways, yes. So it goes 59 out and then comes back down around to 68, all the way back down to 1975.
Very interesting.
Thank you for coming.
If you're going to do rubbing, I'll loan you a pencil since we don't want pens on the wall.
My name is Robert Lewis. I was in the Navy. Robert Lewis, MR2, machine repairman, second class, and served aboard the USS Cadmus repair ship on the East Coast. It was centered in Norfolk, Virginia, moved to Newport, Rhode Island, and we serviced ships and repaired them so they could go back to sea and fight the battles and do what was necessary to win the war.
I'm a Korean vet. My name is Grant McMillan, and I was shot at the Chosin Reservoir and captured by the Chinese and moved to their Air Resort in North Korea and spent about 30 months there. Most of the time when they list the wars that have been fought, Korea is left out. Not real happy, since we lost as many as they did in Vietnam in 12 years of fighting.
If you would like more information about the VetRoll organization, it is a nonprofit. You can go on the internet and Google VetRoll, and it will take you to their homepage. Now, the Korean War is often known as the Forgotten War, and we thought it would make sense if we spend some time talking to you about the Korean War Memorial. So here's a look at this memorial.
Memorial, located southeast of the Lincoln Memorial and just south of the reflecting pool on the National Mall, honors those Americans who answered the call, those who worked and fought under the most trying circumstances, and those who gave their lives for the cause of freedom. It was dedicated on July 27th, 1995, on the 42nd anniversary of the armistice. As you approach the memorial, the first things you see are the 19 soldiers on patrol heading uphill. The use of juniper bushes in the field is to show the rugged terrain they met. Veterans who visit the memorial view the granite slabs located in front of each soldier as obstacles that American soldiers had to overcome. A low granite slab does not do justice to the many obstacles that they did have to overcome. The ponchos that each is wearing can only give you a hint as to the miserable weather they faced. The soldiers at the front of the patrol represent the first soldiers sent to the Korean Peninsula. The original design of the memorial was to have 38 statues representing the 38th parallel, but due to space limitations, the number of statues had to be cut in half. The highly polished surface of the wall of faces reflects all 19 soldiers, producing a total of 38 figures. When the wall is viewed from a distance, the faces form the outline of the rugged hills that are a dominant part of the Korean landscape. The images depicted on the wall were taken from actual photographs of soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen who participated in the conflict. If you look into the faces of the soldiers, you will notice that they represent all different races. Even though the United States had a very segregated society, the armed forces had begun to integrate units. Visitors to the memorial are so awestruck by the soldiers that before they know it, they have missed the other parts of the memorial. Along the north side of the memorial is a low stone wall on which are engraved the 22 countries that made up the United Nations forces in Korea. Not all the nations participated militarily. Several contributed much-needed medical supplies and personnel. These 22 nations felt strongly that their freedom was also being threatened, and they were willing to help in whatever way they could. All these elements lead toward the pool of remembrance, where the sacrifice of 54,246 American lives can be contemplated. Numbers of those killed, wounded, and missing in action are etched in stone nearby, and it is here where an inscription summarizes the true meaning of the memorial. Quote, "Our nation honors her sons and daughters who answered the call to defend a country they never knew and a people they never met." The Pool of Remembrance is the most misunderstood part of the memorial. It was meant to be a place where visitors could sit in the shade of the trees and reflect upon what occurred almost 60 years ago. Unfortunately, the pool is viewed as some kind of a wishing well where coins are left behind. In actuality, the stilled water of the pool is part of the memorial that is for those who paid the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our freedoms. Freedom is not free. The greatest achievement of the United States is that its people have remained free. The American flag has become recognized as the symbol of freedom around the world. Our freedom comes with a price, and from time to time, we will have to fight to defend the highest principle known to humanity, freedom.
I'd like to thank Tom Williams for that wonderful narration. That feature was produced by a former staff member, Kim Condit, and we really enjoyed sharing that with you.